House-to-house registration data to be merged with existing National Register of Registrants database, GECOM chairman announces. It's Tuesday, August 27. We have lots to tell you today. GECOM chairman Justice Claudette Singh has announced that the ongoing house-to-house registration data is to be merged with existing National Register of Registrants database to produce a credible official list of electors, or OLE. Details in this report.
Following today's decision, Commissioner Charles Corbin assured that the merger will ensure a credible election process.
Of course, because it means that all of the persons who have been registered have actually been verified to exist.
Additionally, Corbin said that a timeline for the way forward will be made available after the Commission meets again.
So that matter has now been set, the data will be used. How it will be used, the procedures to be followed, and the time it will take to implement those procedures is yet to be determined.
Meanwhile, his colleague Vincent Alexander explained that the merging of the new and old data is integral to allowing for a free and fair process.
Well, I think what's important in the first instance is that the house-to-house information will not be discarded as was required by others, and that information will be integral to the process.
Alexander noted that the government's commissioners respect Justice Claudette Singh's decision and are moving forward accordingly.
It's not a matter of what I support, it's a matter of what decision the Commission has made.
It was pointed out that there are still 4 days left for persons to get registered. The house-to-house registration process has so far seen almost 300,000 verified registrants added to the list. Letitia Isaacs for InfoHub.
Strides have been made in the mining sector within recent years. According to Minister of Natural Resources, the Honorable Raphael Trotman, these changes have ensured efficient and effectiveness in the sector and have also saved lives.
Today, the mining sector has become more efficient and effective, beginning at the exploration stage where cutting-edge technologies have helped eliminate some of the risks associated with prospecting. We have LiDAR surveys, satellite imagery, improved geophysical and geochemical analyses, which allow for multi-element recognition.
The Minister of Natural Resources explained that unlike in the past, when river mining meant diving underwaters using only suction hose to breathe to recover gold, today new technologies allow a miner to know their prospects even before digging.
Even before one spade of earth is mined or one bucket of soil is excavated by an excavator, a miner can be assured of the potential returns of his or her investment.
Applauding traditional pork knockers and small-scale miners in the sector, Minister Trotman said their efforts and contributions add significantly to gold declarations. He announced that the Guyana Geology and Mines Commission, GGMC, is also doing its part to embrace technological changes and transformation.
I believe we are getting better at what we do in the sector. The Guyana Geology and Mines Commission, as the main regulator of the mining industry, has begun to embrace a technological transformation that has seen the development and testing of an e-services platform that will significantly improve the application process of mining lands.
The mining sector is also said to have become more environmentally conscious, with regulations governing environmental management. For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
More training, better customer relations, and special concessions from the Guyana Water Incorporated, says Managing Director Dr. Richard Van West Charles. A much improved service for Guyana Water Incorporated customers is at the forefront of a drive by the agency. This was one of several issues disclosed by Managing Director Dr. Richard Van West Charles recently.
We are coming with a proposal now to look at some of the indigent homes, the orphanages, and so forth. We've had this discussion at the board already, and we're coming out in a few weeks with a proposal of how we reduce the costs for the indigent homes and the orphanages, at the same time trying to ensure that water is used in a most efficient manner.
Addressing those persons who are reluctant to pay their bills, the managing director reminded that local rates are far below what obtains regionally.
We have to bite the bullet and be tough with some of these customers. And I think people need to know that it's a criminal offense to tamper with GWI's network. And when you tamper with it, you put other lives in danger because leaks occur and contamination occurs, and therefore the water quality becomes an issue. So we are in a position where there is zero tolerance for non-payment.
Dr. Van West Charles said that preparations are also on the way for the training of field staff in particular, who interact with customers regularly.
How they should be speaking to customers, what alerts. We're changing the whole paradigm of how they see the customer, because from my vantage point, I'm trying to have a paradigm shift where they see the customer at the center. So just communicating with the customers, just saying thank you, just apologizing when things go wrong. We're seeking to have the managers get to a point where it is part of their daily routine.
Paul McAdam for InfoHub. Residents of Carasabai have commended government's efforts to ensure indigenous land rights and demarcation are realized.
As the demarcation process shifts into a higher gear, two sisters welcome this development.
I feel we have a right to feel secure, and it's going to benefit us because growing up, Amerindians in my village were basically fighting for land title, and they want to know that this land is theirs. And
I think it is important, so we cannot have conflict. We have to know what is ours, what belongs to us.
After presenting residents of Carasabai with maps from Guyana Lands and Surveys Commission that showed Carasabai and sections of its neighboring villages, Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs, Honorable Sidney Alicock, made a petition to the community.
So my proposal to you is, I would like you to discuss this matter, have it discussed with the UD Tushos, the DDO, and the senior councillor, and work towards a date that you might be happy with, that you would comfortable with, for me to organize the technical team, the surveyors and those other special persons, lands and surveys, our team, GGMC, forestry and so on, to be part of that process.
Minister Alicock also asked for surrounding communities to be part of the consultation so that there will be no dispute when Carasabai's land is officially demarcated. The residents agreed to the consultative approach that will kickstart during Indigenous Heritage Month. 68 communities are on the government's list for demarcation and land titles. Reported from Carasabai with videographer Kenyan Bacchus, Shaquille Bourne for InfoHub.
Still to come, MOU inked to provide more efficient service to broadcasters and ATVs for Carasabai and Yarong Paru. Details of these after the break.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
Welcome back. The operations of the indigenous communities of Carasabai and Yarong Paru have been boosted with 2 new all-terrain vehicles. This was made possible through a donation by the Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs.
Many times we have been seeing this hardship, traveling, walking, and things like that. So I will try my best to help my people, especially those teachers who always just come and attend some workshop. So I will try my best to help.
Now I am so happy to have this chance because it's not only for me, it is for all the communities.
Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs, Honorable Sidney Allicock, advised residents on the purpose of the 2 new ATVs.
Care it, because these things are costly. This is not to support in. This is to give relief to transportation issues here. You might have a meeting, a very important meeting to go to from this area. Here is where it could come in useful.
The minister was at the time speaking at a meeting in Carasabai. With Indigenous Heritage Month approaching and 2019 being named by the United Nations the International Year of Indigenous Languages, Minister Allicock urged residents to play their role in preserving Guyana's 9 indigenous languages.
Reporter from Carasabai on one of the donated ATVs with videographer Kenny Bacchus, Shaquille Bourne, for InfoHub.
A memorandum of understanding has been inked between the Guyana National Broadcasting Authority and the Guyana Telecommunications Agency to provide more efficient service to broadcasters.
The agreement was signed during GNBA's 4th Stakeholder Engagement Forum attended by licensed broadcasters from across Guyana. The MOU will see spectrum fees being paid directly to the GNBA effective from January 2020. Chairman of the GNBA's board, Leslie Sobers.
Some time ago, you, the broadcaster, had indicated to GNBA that having to pay spectrum fees to the then NFMU as a separate entity and broadcast fees to GNBA as another entity was somewhat burdensome. We promised to examine that dichotomous situation with a view to simplifying the payment of fees. I'm pleased to announce that both spectrum fees and broadcast license fees will be payable to the GNBA, and the issuance of a broadcast license will be proof of payment of spectrum fees as well.
GNBA's board member and director of the Guyana Telecommunications Agency, Andrea Griffith, said the MOU is part of a reform process with the aim of making things easier for broadcasters.
We want to do things simpler, faster, better, with the intention of making life easy for you, the stakeholders out there. So we realized very early in the process that the interagency process between the Telecommunications Agency and the Broadcast Authority was one that could be potentially very highly impactful.
The stakeholder engagements are held to create a better environment for broadcasters. 2 more engagements are slated to be held before the end of 2019. Isaiah Braffett for InfoHub.
More than 90 youths have completed a 6-month youth entrepreneurial skills training program. This was facilitated by the Department of Social Cohesion, Culture, Youth and Sport.
I'd say it would be it's a good option, good idea to pursue the course because you're exposed to a lot of fields in the plumbing and the various other courses. Yeah, so you learn a lot.
They're doing a great job. I give them the thanks and everything because if it wasn't for the government and stuff like that, I won't be here.
2 of the recent graduates who completed the 6-month skills training program at the Sophia Training Center. Minister of Social Cohesion Dr. George Norton encouraged graduates to pursue self-development.
The entrepreneurship component of this program was strategically crafted to enable you not only to become employable in your field, but to improve you to start your own business. And that I want you to take seriously.
One parent told InfoHub that she is very grateful that her daughter was given a second chance to get her life together.
I feel great because she dropped out of school and it inspired her sister, which is my eldest daughter, that she go out and get her in the training center, and I was so proud and happy about it. because she able to inspire friends and even persons in my area in Perfect Harmony. I able to encourage them that this would bring upliftment, open doors, opportunities in their lives.
The students studied catering, data operation, masonry, plumbing, refrigeration and air conditioning, welding and fabrication, as well as farming and field trips. They also completed a 6-week attachment with various organizations.
From the National Cultural Center with videographer Akim Thomas, for InfoHub, I'm Ayana George.
That's all for today. Connect with us on WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube. Much more news is on our website, dpi.gov.gy, and pop over to Instagram for the latest photo updates at DPI Guyana. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye for now.